What is up, guys? I'm back with another video. Today I've been hearing a lot about a lot of layoffs and everything. A lot of conversations that I've been having with my peers and friends and everything, co-workers. Been seeing a lot of this going around, so I thought I would tap in and see what's going on. But always remember, you can't control everything, and if you, for whatever sake, get let go from your job or anything, keep your head up. It's always something better out there.
TikTok. I'm on the way back to my job to see if I got laid off. And I have my emotional support friend to come with me. Alright, I'm at my job. My heart is literally racing, y'all. Like, it's being so fast. My email is loading. Bitch, I got laid off.
Damn.
Oh my God. I got laid off because I'm still on my probationary period, but my probationary period literally ends in 2 weeks.
Damn.
Well, this is awkward. Not surprised, but this is awkward. And, at the moment, I don't have any way to keep funding my interview series, KB For Real, that you all have been watching and enjoying. So, I don't know. I just know that God has something bigger in store for me because this already was a pit stop. So,
Yeah, keep your head up, baby girl.
Just keep me in your thoughts and your prayers. And if you got something out for me, send it my way. I don't know what to say. I don't have the words. I'm just like, what the I guess my 5 bullet point that I had to send Elon of what I did last week was not good enough.
If you work for a really large company, you need to be prepared that you might get laid off in 2025. We are seeing more and more large companies, which I would consider 10,000 employees and above, are laying off employees. They are laying off their middle management layer of employees, people who are involved in process. Really, the bigger the company you are, the more susceptible you are to one of these layoffs. So if you currently still have a job, my advice is to go into your system and pull out all the data that shows what you're actually working on. If you wait till you're laid off, you won't have access to that system, and you'll probably just have to guesstimate those numbers on your resume. The second thing I would do is just update your resume so it's ready to go, so you don't have to think about it, because there's nothing worse than getting laid.
Always stay prepared. Hey, look, I like my job I'm at right now, but hey, I'm always ready. You never know. These jobs ain't loyal, especially right now. And what I'm seeing, they dropping people like crazy. So always stay ready, always stay prepared, man.
Off and then having to create a resume. Get the resume together, make sure that it looks good. And I would even consider looking to apply for jobs, because one of the harshest job truths I know is it's way easier to find a job when you have a job. The moment you lose your job, it gets harder. And the longer the job search goes, the harder it gets. You need to face the reality that in 2025, no job is stable. And to be honest with you, the bigger the company you work for, the less stable your job is, because you're viewed as just a number. You are literally viewed as an expense. And right now, big companies are looking to get more done with less people to increase their bottom line. They're cutting the biggest expense, which is basically people.
Starbucks is laying off more than 1,000 workers, and we're going to tell you about it on this Fast Food Minute. Starbucks this morning said it is laying off 1,100 support center workers, plus won't hire several hundred open positions. None of these layoffs are taking place among store workers, and none of them will be involved in the roasting or distribution of coffee. The layoffs represent probably about 10% or so of the company's 16,000 corporate employees. Starbucks is cutting staff to make the business more efficient by removing layers of decision-making while creating smaller, more nimble teams. But these kind of layoffs are happening with greater frequency of late in the restaurant space. The parent companies of Applebee's, Outback Steakhouse, and Panera Bread have all laid off workers this year. Generally speaking, when companies have challenges, executives begin looking at corporate structure and demand changes, which typically result in layoffs. Starbucks is coming off its worst year since the Great Recession, not including the pandemic, which hurt everybody. Sales declined both in the U.S. and China. The company overall management bringing in former Chipotle CEO Brian Niccol, and Niccol has changed just about everything since taking over in September. The company changed its marketing and gave away coffee on the Monday after the Super Bowl. It instituted a code of conduct, meaning you have to buy coffee to use the bathroom. It's cutting 30% of its menu and has already axed the Weird Al.
I have noticed that. I work on a lot of security systems, and I see Starbucks got their bathrooms like crazy, man. Crazy, it's crazy. They either got a code on there or you got to go get a key.
Olive oil coffee oleato. It's made various changes in corporate structure and is bringing back handwritten names on cups and self-serve creamer stations. Eventually, these changes were going to come for corporate staff, and the result is layoffs. I'm Jonathan Mays, and this was Fast Food Minute.
Now I'm unemployed, I have a ton of debt, and I'm also losing my health insurance.
Did it ever cross your mind that you could be fired in a second?
That part actually never crossed my mind.
That's the first problem. Always prepare for the worst. You never know. Don't just be out here thinking that it can't happen to you. I've been living like that before this stuff happened. You never know. They could just let you go at any point in time. You can't not think that can't happen. I know it's easy, guys. It's really easy to just think, hey, that can't happen to me. But it can happen to anybody.
Did your supervisor give you a reason for why you were getting fired?
They made it clear that I was not being terminated because of anything that I had done.
An HHS official sent Sandlin
trying
a
to be
letter
nice.
saying your performance has not been adequate to justify further employment at the agency.
When I got it really upset me because it felt like it wasn't truthful. My boss, her boss, and even his boss all said that that was not true.
Our CBS News data team found that at the Veterans Health Administration, which implements the health care program for vets, probationary workers account for 30% of the staff. At the Department of Agriculture, it's 19% of the branch that performs food safety inspections. When it comes to air safety, about 1/3 of the TSA may be impacted. So far, 2,000 probationary workers at NIH have lost their jobs.
What does the public stand to
man.
lose with these widespread layoffs?
We are important and we do important work. We're impactful. And if you have questions or concerns about federal workers, ask one.
You want to know some warning signs that your company's about to do mass layoffs? I've seen this happen over and over again the past few years. I'm going to need you to save this video and please repost it so we can get the most awareness as possible. The first thing you notice is they start cutting off all the contract workers. Anyone who is a contract worker do not get renewal on their contracts. This is almost like a quiet layoff. They're contractors. They don't even work at the company. The second thing that you start to see is a return to office, either hybrid or in the office 5 days a week. Either way, it means that anybody who is outside of the local area will be forced to quit or make the decision to relocate their family for the job. So again, this is like quiet layoffs. And the third thing that you start to notice is managers start to micromanage more and track performance. You might also notice that more and more people are going on PIPs or performance improvement plans. I've seen it time after time that once these three things happen, companies have done pretty much all the quiet layoffs they can do, and then they start to do the real thing. They start to do mass layoffs. So if you know someone who's at a big company, share this video with them today.
Ooh, scared, man. That's scary right there.
21 years old. I've worked in corporate banking for almost, next week it'll be 2 years. So if you guys can tell, I have a little bit of fear on me right now. I have a little bit of a transparent vlog for you guys today. I woke up this morning and there was a meeting on my calendar with somebody I've never met. Immediately started to freak out. I was not intending to go into the office. As you guys can tell, I'm dressed and ready to go into the office right now. My face isn't done.
That's the first thing they do. They bring up somebody they don't care, their life good or whatever or whatnot, and they like, hey, sorry to tell you this, but things just aren't working out. Try to keep your cool. Try to keep your cool. I remember it was COVID time. I remember that happened to me before, man. And they didn't have no reason. It's like, yeah, we're just moving on. It's like, man, I got kids. And these dudes already trying to say, man, he's going crazy. But it was very upsetting. When you're back against the wall, you'll be amazed on things that you can do. So don't let these guys shake you up. You're gonna figure it out.
And I didn't pack a lunch. I packed my water, grabbed my work bag, ran out the door. I'm about to hop in this meeting. It's 9:58. My meeting's at 10. There's one person on my team before me, and she's gone.
Oh no, it's like Fear Factor.
She got laid off.
Oh man.
Well, no more 21-year-old in corporate banking vlogs for a while. Now it's day in my life as a 20-year-old recently laid off corporate banking job. It is on God's hands. I'm gonna be okay. My whole team did get laid off. We're all gonna be okay. And I'm gonna share this entire journey with you guys. That's the only thing getting me through this right now.
Today is the deadline.
You already know. As soon as she got out there, she was punching everything, man. I already know. No, don't let them see you sweat.
Line for U.S. government workers to provide a list of their accomplishments over the last week or resign from their positions. That deadline coming from Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. Employees were sent an email asking them to provide 5 bullet points explaining their accomplishments over the last week by midnight tonight. The American Federation of Government Employees criticized the message as cruel and disrespectful and vowed to challenge any unlawful terminations of federal employees.
Man, Eli is power high.
Fairfax County Public Schools Superintendent Michelle Reed addressing a packed room at a job fair that's aimed at luring in federal workers.
We want people that have that service above self mentality, and we know that our federal workers bring that.
From in-classroom jobs to positions on the administrative side, attendees explored the possibilities. Among them, Emily Looper, who lost her job with a contractor when their USAID contract was ended.
I would probably want to go along with some of the operational positions that they were talking about.
She says it's been tough finding work.
The job market was not great even before all of this happened, but it's definitely very, very oversaturated now.
The school system will have a virtual job fair next on February the 22nd in Fairfax County. Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
It's getting real, man.
I beg you, please live your life. Please quit that job. If you are miserable at your job, please quit it and go live your life. Go pursue your dreams. I've been unemployed since May of 2024, and this has been the best 10 months of my entire life. Thankfully, God has been able to provide for my every needs, but literally me and my friend are about to go on a road trip across the United States to see the world. Go live your life. Stop being miserable. Stop putting limits on your life. Life is short. Go live, honey. Literally, none of this is real. All of this is fake. All of this is made up rules. Go pursue your dreams. Go be happy. Trust in God. Everything's going to work out. Everything is going to be okay.
Someone needs to explain this teensy weeny little detail to me because I don't get it. If they are deporting immigrants because they are taking American jobs, okay, fine. If we are following that same line of thought, though, what are we doing about Fortune 500 companies laying hundreds of Americans off only to offshore those jobs and hire the same amount of people but for like 1/4 of the pay? And these are Fortune 500 companies, so they can pay American people. They can do it. So it just looks like racism to me. Like, so you're going to deport hardworking people, and then you're going to allow these companies to hire those same people you deported, people from other countries, for 1/4 of the pay, when you could pay American people living wages and create jobs. Like, someone help me understand, because I just don't get it. And maybe I'm missing something. So please just explain it to me, because I really can't.
Elon Musk.
Man, people out here going crazy right now. It's going crazy. But like every day I'm hearing about, I think even my neighbor told me, they was like, man, they lost their job for one of these federal cuts. They are really laying, man, if you got a federal job right now, get to looking for something, because it's just like they just zapping everything. And we ain't even gonna get into the AI talk. Maybe we do a video on that next time. But man, jobs is going like hotcakes, man. They going like hotcakes. We already saw this Elon thing.
I recently lost my job due to the cuts that Trump did within the federal government, right? No worries. We're not tripping over that. You want to know why? Because we have God, which means we have a solid foundation and our home has been built on the rock. Understand, for anybody out there that's going through hard times, and I know there's a lot of federal employees that got laid off. Remember this, just keep this in mind. God has a plan for you. God has a plan for us all. Please do not give up. Do not give in. Continue to lean on God. You have a shoulder to lean on. You don't have to figure this out all alone. Just trust the process. Trust the process, smile, enjoy your family, enjoy the time you have with your family. Even go see a movie. God is painting a new picture.
Yep. I'm a God-fearing man, but I know realistically, I know some of y'all that this happened to y'all struggling, and I know you ain't trying to hear none of that right now. But all I'm gonna say is just keep fighting. There's light at the tunnel. I don't know about going to see no movie because I ain't going to see no movie when I got to save my money. Just like the other girl in the video was talking about, like they're going on trips and all this. I mean, me personally, I ain't the best financial person in the world, but I would say make sure you save your money right too, especially if you got kids, man. It don't work like that where you just lose your job and you just go do everything you want. Now, maybe you do, and it happens to work out that you have some income, but realistically, if you ain't got that income, I don't know, foresee how you're gonna be just spending money on whatever. But sometimes it work out with people like that
In your life. Yes, I'm one of the federal workers that got laid off by Trump, the Trump administration. But that's all right. You want to know why that's okay? Listen, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6.
My man made 2 videos.
I lost my job on Monday. No, I'm not a federal worker. I worked in healthcare and I work from home. This is not a small company. This is a company like United Healthcare, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Don't want to really specifically name my company, but yeah. So some of these healthcare companies depend on government subsidies to keep things going for their members. And my company was one of those. Back in November, right after the election, we had a meeting and they told us like, hey, we might be doing some layoffs and some terminations. However, we don't know yet. We're playing it by ear. Well, the day after the inauguration was the first meeting. If you received that email, you were let go. So people lost their jobs. I'm not sure how that was picked because some people that got to stay had issues like were not hitting their metrics, and some people that left had no issues whatsoever. But they have said that they have not received any unemployment, anything of that nature. Now, with me, they told me I was eligible for unemployment. I'm not sure how that's going to work since the people who's been gone since January.
Man, they ain't be paying nothing. I was on unemployment before. They ain't paying nothing. I could not live off unemployment. I would have to go try to find another job because I think unemployment, the highest you can get is like 400 something a week. Try to make that work. Good luck. Good luck these days.
January, so they ain't received a dime. A little context to this is I started this job back in March of 2024 and was in training until June of 2024. And they told us that, hey, after you've been here for 1 year, you're going to start doing some of the harder work, working in some of these government systems where you're going to have to get approved to even use these systems and things of that nature. It was all a lie. From June 2024 until like November 2024, I was trained on everything within my department. And by December of 2024, I was being required to hit all the metrics for everything within my department. On top of that, I was also selected every single time for every pilot that was sent out for us to try things out while still doing my job, while still hitting my metrics. And yeah, these are the same things that people that have been there for 5+ years, they're doing it. And they're expecting us to have 100% doing it. Said all that to say this is not to scare you. This is just telling you to be proactive. Once they told me that it was possible layoffs happening, I went and updated my resume. I started applying for different positions.
That's what you got to do. You got to be ready. Got to stay strapped, man. Strapped with that knowledge. Strapped ready to go, man. You got to, because you just never know. So shout out to her for doing that. That's smart. Always stay prepared.
Same day that I got let go, I had an interview that day. because I had already been applying. I'm not sure if I got the position or not. No, I'm not a big creator, so I don't get paid a lot of money off of here. This will be my first actual whole month in the creator program. I've never been in the program for a month yet. So I am prayerful that I'll find something else. But until then, y'all will just be seeing my
You're gonna
face
find
because
something
I
else.
can't let the depression and stuff kick in. I have to keep going. So I'm encouraging all of you all to do the same. Everybody who's lost your job, everybody whose job is in jeopardy, keep pushing. We got this.
Got it.
I lost my job on Monday. No, I'm not a federal worker. I work in healthcare and I work from home. This is not a small company. This is a company like United Healthcare, Blue.
So basically with that said, guys, we're gonna end it right there. Just be careful. Make sure, you know, at this point in time, you got a backup plan. If I was you, I would get a trait, something that you know that, I mean, it don't, at the end of the day, it really don't matter. But I feel like if you have a trait, you have a better chance. So just hope for the best, pray for the best, and do your best. And you're gonna find your way. Don't let these jobs control you. I've never sat there at pretty much any job because I always wanted to be my own man. I always want to be my own creator. You know, you got to think about it. Somebody that was in their family had their dream or whatever, and it was passed down or whatever, whatnot. So I know everybody can't be owners and creators, but you know, if you believe in yourself, you do the right research, you could build anything. A lot of times, shitty people say, you know, as soon as they lost their job, it inspired them to go, you know, look for something else, and they probably a lot more happier now. But with that being said, man, they really laying off, so you know, just be careful out there. I pray for y'all, man. Pray for me, and don't forget to live, learn, and grow. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. I don't know if I said at the beginning of the video, but if I didn't, don't forget. I appreciate all the feedback, good or bad. I love it. And I love y'all. I'll holler at you later.